Today's donors, let's bake up. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, as always, but it just seemed like today I really was just like knocked off onto the wrong side of the bed. It's just, man, I feel different. I think it's this new weed. It's taking me through some changes. I don't like it. The weed is good, but it's not Durban poison. And I'm on a Durban poison hunt. I gotta get it back. I got some left. Fortunately, it saved me. Current, I ate. But it's really dry. But I'm gonna show you how to fix that. Yeah, man. What I got here, though, is that other shit. So I'm gonna do some weed hacks. It's only two. Your lighter, like if you get the cheapo lighter instead of the big lighter, because the big lighter won't fit in here, you can tape it up. Put some tape around the skinnier lighter, and then it'll fit. It'll fit. You don't have to lose your lighter because it's too skinny. I'm going to fix this weed. I'm going to fix my attitude because I have a bad one right now. Talking about weed always makes me feel better. That's why I love being here with you guys. Tonight I'm trying to be on the treehouse session. I forgot what time, but I know it's every Tuesdays on YouTube. It's going to be the treehouse with the dad pack. It includes Jack A 420 and Dead Cynic and some other stoners. I'm going to be there because it's ladies' night tonight. And I want to be a part of this sesh. It's going to be fun. That's going to help my day go better. My night go better because my day is starting out kind of rocky. Hope your days are going better than mine. Or I hope you get some weed in your life and your day can go better than it was. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. Back to the calendar. Today's Tuesday, June 27th. It says, we found the hippie Holy Grail, a government-sponsored dope store that served tea and snacks. Tom Davis, 39 years of short. So let's go back 4 months ago today. Super Mario Bros. 2 NES. Red-headed franchise stepchild Super Mario Bros. 2 features all of the following: potions that explode into doors, a mouse that throws high-powered explosive, a cross-dressing dinosaur who uses the very eggs he incubates as weapons, a floating princess, a giant frog named after a skin condition, a mask that chases you when you steal its key from within a jar it inhabits, a nightmare bizarro world filled with money, floating cherries, and that weird running thing Luigi does when he jumps. All of these things will feel much more ordinary after a few bong hits. Yeah, so I love video games. You must love video games too. Video games are the bomb diggity. The bomb diggity. How funny. Okay. The next life hack we have for today is the oranges. How to rehydrate. Not rehydrate, really, but like no, rehydrate. I'm gonna go with it. We're gonna rehydrate our weed today. Hold on, let's plug this shit up. Well, you can get an orange. It can be as small as a cutie. You don't need a lot, really. You don't. And this is a brand new jar full of an eighth of weed. It's extremely dry. If you can't tell, let me show you how dry in reality. This is the dry Durban poison. It's really, you can hear it crack. You can hear it crumble. Look at that. It's not coming fluff. Not fluffy at all. Very brittle and dry. Okay? This is the other weed. It's semi-dry. It crumples too, but it crumples into like little balls. Either way, this one is kind of like okay. This one, either way, you're gonna see the difference. I'm gonna put this in this one, the driest one, not the whole thing. I hate GTA because I don't promote anything that they do in that motherfucking game. All they do is illegal shit. So this is how much I got in there. I took a little bit of it out, but whatever. So I'm gonna just use this much. That's all I need. It's not a lot. It's probably an inch. Not even big as my finger. Look. It's very fresh, very wet. I'm gonna stick that in there. That's like a lot of orange peel. It looks bigger in the inside. I'm gonna put the rest of this in there. This shit that I just crumpled up, I'm putting it back in there too. And it's gonna come out way better at the end of this session. It's gonna be nice and smooth. Nice. Well, it's gonna be moist. How about that? It's gonna be better. I don't like that game though. That game sucks. It's stupid. It's like it makes people. It brings the negative out in people, the worst out in people, the people that want to do those things. It make your mind more active. I'm gonna look at this magazine. It's like it gives your mind, your imagination more oomph. Like, if you want to go fuck a prostitute, go fuck a prostitute for real. I don't want to play no game where I can do some shit in real life and it's destructive. I never want to go and rape a prostitute. I never want to go and rob anybody. I never want to go and shoot anybody. I don't want to shoot cops. And anybody that wants to do that, I think about them like, really? You want to do that, but you don't do that. You don't have the balls to do it in real life. So why do you pretend to do it? And those that do have the balls to do it in real life, And then if you only gain the balls to do it in real life because of that game, that's what I say about that game. Fuck GTA. All of them. I hate that game with a passion. I hate that they promote that game. I hate that people like that game. But hey, everybody gonna do what they want to do. Just, I don't fuck with it. That's just me. But you asked. I don't fuck with that shit ever. I've seen it before. It's disgusting. It is a turn off. It is like, who wants to be these people that these games are simulating? Who wants to be that? If you can't be that, you suck. If you are that, you suck. Because you thinking about it. Why think about it? Why think about doing things that you can do in real life? And then why think about doing stuff that is going to hurt somebody else? If you don't want to do it in real life, it's just a character flaw to me. If you want to do stuff like that, you may as well do that shit. Why fake it? Why be a scary motherfucker and fake like you a bad motherfucker? It is personal enjoyment for motherfuckers that like to do shit like that in real life, is what I feel. It suck dick. It suck dirty asshole. Damn it. Say what the fuck I want to say. So like I said, it just makes me feel like if you enjoy that lifestyle in fake life, you would enjoy that lifestyle in real life. And if you don't have the balls for it in real life, why would you want to imagine something like that happening to other people? It's just sickening to me. I don't think like that. That's all. I don't think like that at all. And I don't approve of people spreading that practice around either, because like I said, it gives people the balls to do it in real life also. Like, if you didn't have the balls before, or if you didn't have the mind to orchestrate something like that and get away with it, now you have practice in a video game, a virtual world practice. This is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And it's cowardly. It is a coward game. It's a coward's game. Because there's so much more stuff to do in your life other than be destructive to the world. Like, why would you want to destroy the world? Why would you want to destroy the world? I don't do that. That's not me. I'm here to help the world, to build us up, to make us better, not to rape and rob and kill, even in my mind. When you think these things happen, and these things do happen in real life. So it's like, why participate for fake? You know, I've been in the streets. It's unattractive from that view. If you ask me, super unattractive. Like, ugh. And then you can do it in real life. So, ugh. It's so ugh. COPD? Anybody got COPD? I know, it's just a game. But you asked me. So, I told you why I don't like it. It's just a game. Everybody got these excuses. But, you know, it is a horrible, horrible, horrible game. It's like they don't have children in there being raped. Do that. Why? Because that's pushing it too far. People don't want to imagine that. People don't like to know that other people like that. People really like that type of shit. People really fuck kids for fun, for entertainment. People rape people for entertainment. I don't think it's entertaining. I don't. So they drew the line for a reason. They should have just stopped where they was at with that idea. But of course, the other side of the team in the world that likes stuff like that has to have something to do with their time so that they don't get up and do it, I guess. And some people still do. Put in the chronic obstructive lung disease. Hi, Vegas Cannabis Magazine. I still didn't color this. I'm going to one day. I don't want to mess it up. I got to. I still don't want to mess it up. Yeah. The game is disgusting. It's a turn off. Period. Because you want to do it for fake. You could do it. I know, like that's what I was saying. You want to do it for fake, but you don't have the balls to do it for real. It makes you sick. You have the balls to do it for real. It makes you sick. Either way, it's sickening because you think like that. It's sickening. It makes my stomach hurt. I don't know about anybody else's, but it makes my stomach hurt. Cannabis treatment for COPD by Dr. Kit Farm. Chronic obstructive lung disease. I really don't know much about this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I can't say nothing positive about that game. Nothing. Chronic obstructive lung disease is a progressive disorder that makes it increasingly more difficult to breathe. Oh, I mean, I knew, but I didn't. Like, I don't have any personal experience with it, but somebody might. Along with difficulty breathing, other symptoms of COPD include increased mucus production, coughing, and fatigue. COPD affects over 30 million individuals in the United States, so a lot of people know about this. I like everything but that game. Damn it. Every other game in the world but that whole fuck-ass series. That's the only game in the world I don't like. Any other game, I'm cool with. We can shoot zombies all day. We can shoot plants all day. We can shoot birds all day. And I'm vegan. And I don't give a fuck about the animals. But when it comes to shit that you can do in real life, I don't like that. Like, I'm going to do some shit I can't do in real life. I do this in real life otherwise. You know, take me to somewhere that I can't go in real life. Okay? Because I do it in real life. Fuck a game. I'm not going to sit on my ass and do this fake ass shit. I'm not going to pretend to exercise and watch other people do it. No, I'm going to do this shit. What the fuck am I alive for? To watch other people live? No. I don't watch TV to watch other people live. Like, every now and then I look at TV, but it's like I'm watching other people work when I could be getting money. If I got the free time, then yeah. Like, when I'm working, I'll watch other people work. Because I ain't got nothing else to do but sit there and look at the motherfucking screens. Shit. I do this in real life. I ain't got time for fake life. Like the bitches with the Snapchat filters and their little things on their head. I do this in real life. These hoes is fake to this shit. I got real flowers and daisies and whatever the fuck they be putting on their face. I do this. How is this fake? I don't fuck with fake shit. Only thing I fuck with that's fake is fake hair. I don't like human hair because, one, I don't like the idea of girls being scapped for my fucking hair and I could just grow my own. And two, I don't want to be thinking of if I'm wearing a man's hair. And they never say it's not man's hair. They just put a chick on the picture. The picture has a chick on the pack of hair. That don't mean it's not a man hair. I could be running around with Rico Suave shit. And that just don't feel good to me. Just the thought of me wearing some man hair and then in vanity, out of vanity, it's just like, wow. And then three, that shit is hot. It's like, why wear somebody else's hair if I got my own fucking hair? And it's gonna get on my nerves. That's stupid. So, and fake jewelry, I'm just allergic to it. So I guess I'm allergic to fake everything. Except for fake hair. If it's not plastic, I ain't fucking with it. I don't want no horse hair. I don't want no human hair. I'm good. I got my own damn hair. COPD affects over 30 million individuals in the United States, including 6.9% of Nevadans. 2/3 of those affected by COPD, regardless of cause, are over age 45. See, shit, I didn't know. And prevalence varies from state to state. Some of the most prevalent states are those located along the Ohio River, such as Kentucky. It is the third leading cause of death in the U.S. behind heart disease and cancer. It's almost 150,000 deaths each year attributed to COPD. Well, COPD is caused by repeated exposure to lung irritants. I was just going to say, well, how the fuck you get this? Well, most commonly associated with irritants due to tobacco smoking. Ooh. I feel like a horrible person for watching bitches smoke cigarettes all day. Yeah, man. Thank you for coming. Thank you for rolling with me. Oh, what is the the wrong keyboard. I'm tripping. Thanks for rallying. Let me see. I be watching bitches smoke cigarettes all the time, and then they doing it to them, making them want to smoke more. It can also be caused by exposure to irritants from secondhand smoke. Oh no. Or air pollution. Irritants from workplace exposure to inhaled toxic chemicals, dust, or even as a result of severe uncontrolled asthma. Rarely, it can be caused by a specific genetic disorder called alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, which decreases the body's ability to protect itself, especially the lungs and liver, from the toxic effects of exposure to certain proteins in the body. This shit sounds terrible. How does COPD occur? When lungs are exposed to irritants, the body produces mucus, which helps the body cough out the irritant, and it causes inflammation that both narrows breathing passageways and decreases elasticity of the lungs in order to minimize exposure to the irritant. After exposure to the irritant is removed, the lungs then return to normal, widening airways to allow greater flow of air in and out of the lungs. However, with repeated exposure to lung irritants, the lungs lose the ability to readily return to normal. So this is almost like extreme as asthma, I guess, which I do have experience with asthma. I don't have it, but I have experience with it, like helping people get through it. Airways remain narrow due to inflammation, and mucus that is not removed by coughing can then plug the narrowed airways, resulting in difficulty breathing. It's so sad. Standard treatments of COPD include inhaled inflammatory steroids, which will stunt your fucking growth if you are growing, inhaled bronchodilators to further open airways, and inhaled and oral medications designed to decrease mucus production. As COPD progressively worsens, medications are increased both in number and strength. Which, like, why is it getting worse? You can't fucking clean your house. You can't change your life. And when these medications no longer control symptoms effectively, supplemental oxygen is added. Can we get to the weed part? Because, damn, this don't sound like fun. Supplemental oxygen, while necessary to maintain adequate oxygenation, hinders quality of life for patients. This is extreme. Patients are limited in what they can do, as they must have a cumbersome oxygen tank, which only lasts a few hours, or a portable concentrator machine about the size of a large purse with them at all times. You may as well give up. No, don't give up. Weed is here to save the day. Haha, I forgot. Duh. Wow, not an officially accepted reason for use by state medical marijuana programs, researchers are starting to investigate the use of cannabis as a treatment for COPD. Cannabis has been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties. Lung irritants, including allergens and smoke, are seen by the body as foreign invaders, and the body mounts an inflammatory response. So you can turn the page and not fuck up. Regular book. Gotta have the copy. Gotta have the paper copy sometimes. Response to them when they enter the lungs. Repeated exposures with the subsequent releases of inflammatory chemicals lead to symptoms of COPD. In a 2010 review, researchers found that two major cannabinoids, tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, and cannabidiol, CBD, have been shown to decrease the immune response. They affect the chemical signaling of the cells by decreasing production of anti-inflammatory chemicals, which in turn decrease the natural killing function of the cells in response to an attack by a foreign substance such as smoke or allergen. Tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, also has a known effect of opening up airways, believed to allow more cannabis to be absorbed from the lungs. After smoking cannabis, airways are open in approximately 15 minutes by the time the ambulance gets to your house, with effects lasting up to an hour. By the time they leave, you should be good. By opening up airways, patients with COPD are more readily able to breathe out more carbon dioxide. Researchers from the University of Sao Paulo investigated the effect of 2 different doses of cannabidiol CBD on experimentally induced acute lung inflammation in laboratory mice. The mice were exposed to an irritant substance called LPS, or lipopolysaccharide, which causes lung inflammation in the mice. After exposure to these mice be going through it. Shit. Yes, we just the shit. They bogus to these mice. After exposure to LPS, measurements were taken of lung elasticity and markers of inflammation. 6 hours after exposure to LPS, the mice were injected with either 20 milligrams/kilograms or 80 milligrams/kilograms of CBD. Researchers then measured lung elasticity and markers of inflammation 24 hours after exposure to LPS, 10 hours after receiving CBD. The mice showed increased lung elasticity and decreased markers of inflammation relative to levels taken prior to cannabidiol injection. No significant differences were found between the 2 CBD doses. Could cannabidiol also prevent lung inflammation? The same group of researchers from the University of Sao Paulo in an earlier study injected 20 milligrams/kilogram CBD into lab mice, then exposed them to the irritant LPS after the fact. Good one, but poor mice. They measured chemical markers of inflammation 1, 2, and 4 days after exposure to the irritant. They found that all of the chemical markers were significantly decreased compared to those that had not received CBD prior to exposure to the irritant LPS. Woo! Good. Let's see. It says, so cannabis could be beneficial to treat COPD, but how should it be taken? Does smoking cannabis cause or worsen COPD? And are there some routes that may be more beneficial than smoking for COPD? In 2014, researchers from the University of New South Wales School of Medicine reviewed over 150 published studies on the effects of cannabis on lung function. The researchers also noted that some studies did not separate the effects of tobacco smoke from the effects of cannabis smoke on the lungs, nor did they separate the effects from other known COPD risk factors such as age, sex, race, or presence of existing asthma or other lung disease. While acknowledging several major limitations of the studies, the researchers concluded that cannabis smoking's effects on the lungs are affected by several major factors. They also identified several areas where cannabis could contribute to COPD or other lung disease. The amount and frequency of smoking, whether joints or other smoking devices are shared, which device is used to smoke, all affect how cannabis affects the lungs. Well, almost done. Increased septum production and cough inhibits the ability to move air well, leading to feelings of breathlessness and decreased oxygen to the body. Lung irritants such as combustion products resulting from cannabis smoke and cannabis flower contamination, both from chemicals used to grow cannabis and also from unseed mold contamination, can lead to lung disease and lung obstruction. You better get some good shit in. Increased amounts of smoked cannabis were associated with increased measures of difficulty breathing, cough, and sputum production. Sharing joints or pipes can increase the risk of infection. Presence of one or more of these factors increase the risk of COPD. However, researchers discovered that those that use a vaporizer to smoke cannabis had decreased symptoms of cough and phlegm production when compared to smoking cannabis from a joint or a pipe. In the 2015 study, researchers from Emory University looked at the effects smoked cannabis has on a more specific measurement of COPD severity, the ability to remove excess carbon dioxide from the lungs. Over 7,500 U.S. adults aged 18 to 59 participated in a national study on health and nutrition, and researchers studied the over 5,500 adults who also completed respiratory measures as a part of the study, which was conducted between 2007 and 2010. Of these adults, approximately 59% had used cannabis at least once, and approximately 12% had used in the past month. Researchers looked at a frequency of cannabis use in joint years, which each joint year equivalent to smoking one joint or pipe bowl daily for 1 year. Researchers also accounted for additional factors such as age, race, sex, tobacco exposure, economic status, and history of either asthma, emphysema, or chronic bronchitis, which could account for increased risk of COPD. Researchers looked at two types of measures: self-reports of respiratory symptoms and the ratio of the amount of carbon dioxide forced out in 1 second relative to total amount forced out in a breath, as measured by an incentive spirometer, FEV1/FVC. They looked at self-reported symptoms and noted that, like similar recent reviews, habitual cannabis smokers have increased cough, wheezing, and phlegm, with a slight trend toward increased respiratory infections. However, contrary to earlier studies, no significant difference in the ratio of FEV1/FVC was found between those with no cannabis use and those with up to 20 joint year history of cannabis use. Those with greater than 20 joint year history had a slight decrease of the ratio FEV1/FVC, but that was because of an increase in the total amount forced out per breath, FVC, not due to an increase in amount forced out in 1 second, FEV1, as in those with COPD. What? You know what? Cannabis provides a new option for the treatment of COPD. It has been shown to reduce some of the inflammation associated with the disease and may reduce some of the anxiety associated with the feelings of breathlessness. However, while smoking cannabis has not been shown to cause or significantly worsen the ability to breathe out carbon dioxide effectively, it can lead to increased coughing and phlegm production, which can worsen the sense of breathlessness. Other available routes for using cannabis to treat COPD includes edibles, vaporizers, inhalers, and more recently, cannabis oil. So put the chronic in chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and use your favorite cannabis to breathe a little easier. I skipped about 2 more paragraphs because I'm tired of fucking reading, but you get the point. Promise you didn't miss too much. It's talking about edibles. You can do edibles if you don't want to smoke it. That's basically what it's saying. And it's talking about how long edibles will last in your system and cannabis oil. So you can vape, you can do edibles, and you can do oils if you don't want to smoke with COPD. If you don't want to like use papers and shit, which I would recommend. You know, like why would you want to like make it worse? If you got alternatives, you can still get your medicine. You know? man, you speak the truth, my friend. Yes. I did a few edible videos showing how they affect you or how they affect me. So let's check this out. Let's see how much more softer. Oh yeah, this is about like the other one was now. See, look, it don't even want to crumple. It smells good. It's the same shit. It's about like the other one was. It's a little bit, it's not as crumply. It's softer. See, look, it's not crumpling. It's not breaking up. It's breaking, but it's like softer already. See, it sounds like the other one now. At first, it was just like crumple, crumple, crumple. In my hand, it's still together. Yep. It can get softer. This is with the orange in it. The other shit was super dry. So it don't take long and it don't take a lot. If I wanted to get it wetter faster, I could put more. But I think this is good. Just because the way this one was crumpling, oh, it's a little bit wetter. So I could leave it in there a little longer. But it's not as dry. It don't take that long to give it a little moisture. But the drier, the longer you can leave it in, or the bigger the orange peel or fruit peel. And it's like really not, I didn't have a whole bunch of shit left on it. So it gave it some life. That's what I'll say. I think I got it just about right. If I would have put a little bit more, it might have made it a little softer, a little faster, but I'm not in a rush. I just wanted to prove a point. So it's all about how fast you want it to get wet and how wet you want it to be. If you wet it up too much, then it's going to be soggy. So you really want to plan for at least to give it an hour. Give it an hour unless it turns into dust. Because you've been letting it sit out. Like that. That piece turned into dust. Because that was sitting here. If it turned into dust. But you can keep it from turning into dust though. That's the thing. You don't want it to turn into dust. You can definitely prevent the dusty form. If it starts to dust up, you can save it. You can save it. Yep. You got it. You can use any fruit. I like to use citrus fruit though, because those hold the most juice. Like banana peels. It seems like they attract flies when they get exposed to the air. But I could put this back in there, huh? I'm going to put it back in there just so it don't get dry. It's not too wet now. I don't have to take it out, but I can leave it in there for a little while. So, like, it don't dry up later. But anyway, it's that time. Thank you for rolling with me. I got shit to do though. I know you do too. So, have a high ass, dank ass, baked ass, incredible, edible ass day. Until tomorrow.